2, 1.
The Great Christmas Light Fight is on! Ho, ho, ho! Cupid, roll back your bow and let your arrow go straight to my lover's heart. Oh, straight to my lover's heart. Give me cold, straight to my lover's heart. I feel the love getting stronger. Straight to my lover's heart. Oh, all I've got to do is hold it louder. Oh.
I'm in the mood for love. I'm in the mood for love. I'm gonna make a Christmas card for Valentine's Day. It's coming this week, and gotta have something for my lover, my better half, the Kimberly Michael. It's gotta be special. It's gotta encompass light, sometimes fight, and most importantly, love. Love as big as his heart. I got an idea. It gotta have a great message in it. Something that lets her know I want her to be mine. Let me write this down a minute. Because then I got some facts I gotta write down in the librarian notebook. Because believe it or not, there's a lot of things related to light, fight, and love, and the Great Christmas Light Fight. But Kim, with a heart over the eye. I got it. I think she'll like this. Tell me what you think in the comments. Kim, Santa's suit is red. Elvis's Christmas is blue. Gingerbread cookies are sweet, but not as sweet as you. Love, the librarian. Now tell me that's not special. Even make the Grinch's heart grow 3 times its size. Now, we got people joining. I guess people want to learn about love and maybe light fight. Or maybe they just missed me because they love me, the librarian, your Great Christmas Light Fight resource. And I'm thanking you for joining me on a Monday night, the Monday night after the Super Bowl, or as I called it, the Super Bore. No offense to Seahawks or Patriots fan, but it's kind of a boring game. It wasn't as good as if, my Eagles were in there. But I digress. We'll talk a little bit about Super Bowl because it ties to light fight too. And maybe you didn't know that. And you're going to learn. You're going to learn. So in order to learn, let me put away my art supplies. We got to get the librarian checked in as normal because the librarian's always out until he's in. Oh, look at this. Even Turbo Man is celebrating love. We'll put that right next to him. By the way, you like my self-portrait from the special lovely introduction? That's right. I'm your Cupid today. And we're going to have a great time tonight. I got a lot of cool things. And you probably never thought about Valentine's Day or love and light fight in one sentence because, it's Christmas. But I'm going to surprise you with just a few fun facts related to light, fight, and love. And before we get into that, I hope you're checking in the comments and leaving me a love message. And we'll let you know what we think about it. Hit the like button or the love button if they have such a thing. And also subscribe, share this. Maybe this is a Valentine's message or something you and your Valentine can watch together on actually Valentine's Day this Saturday, February 14th, 2026. So, everybody, let's get to it. Let's share the light, fight, love. And let's start checking in on the comments as you're joining in. So, let's see who's here. And let's see what they got to say. And I want to know, did you start making some Valentine's crafts special for your Valentine? You better. You're running out of time. it's also okay to go buy a card from the big box stores or your local pharmacy. Support a local business. All right, who do we got joining in here? Let's take a look. And I saw some people were joining early, or at least leaving comments. So my buddy, Charlie Byers, joining in from Christmas on Crestline. Great show this afternoon, Charlie. I joined for a little about half of it. I was working, so I listened on the side and then had to move on to some conference calls. But all we need is love, is what Charlie's saying. All we need is love. Charlie, I agree. That's all we need is some love in this world. Then we got Troy joining from the North Pole, which might as well be right here in my backyard because it literally was a high of 5 degrees in the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area this whole weekend with 50 and 60 mile per hour winds. It felt like minus 11. And my heat, even in the house, even had trouble keeping up, Troy. So thank you. Let's go. I agree. We're going to go. We're going to go where nobody's gone before. Speaking of going where we've never gone before, even I commented tonight. I love that you're all joining me. And the show is starting now, not soon. It's starting now. Who else do we got? We got Monty joining again, saying hello all. And he was a topic today on Christmas on Crestline. And next week's going to be a topic even more when we talk about some things he uses in his display. So join that next week. I got a fellow Light Fight Season 13 alumni joining us again, Bill Riera. We love Christmas except when it's over and the lights come down. I know. Well, as you know, we love it all year long. And we're going to talk about how you can love it all year long, going to minis and other events and trade shows and cruises. So we'll give an update on that, even though I've done that the last 2 episodes, just to give you some status on where the librarian is with what he's going to be attending this year. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Right, Charlie? Right, Charlie? Monty hopes we'll have some chocolates. I do have my chocolate bliss coffee in here. But there could be chocolates, and they could be delivered next to a towel created item as we're on the mini at sea over Valentine's Day, which I'll talk about that shortly. Just hang in there. All right. What else do we got? Man, we got a lot of, Charlie is loving it too. The Boys to Men's version of the song. Yes, Cupid. I'm going to talk about songs in a minute because it is light, fight, and love. What else do we got here? We got Brandon joining us out of Ohio, where I know it was cold too. It's cold everywhere, but the warm-up is coming. The heat wave is coming. I look cute in my red undies. Ooh, didn't know you could see down there. I better hide that camera. It's only special for you, Brandon. Nobody else sees that camera. We're just kidding, by the way. What else we got here? Christmas on Crestline, again, asking when Brian Fairley, the voice of the great Christmas Light Fight, interviewed 2 weeks ago. He did not record me one. He told me to reach out. I kind of feel a little guilty to reach out and ask him that, but I think I still will do it just to check in with him. And I'd love to get him an intro. He said put a script together and he'll see it. So thanks for asking. All right. Oh, Charlie also sees the Blantons in the background. Yeah, that's one of those little 375 small hand grenades. It's not the mini hand grenade, but yeah, we love me some Blantons. My love, the Kimberly Michael, is yelling at me because I know she loves the card I created her, but because my decor, I took it all. I helped set it up this weekend in the house, and now it's all down here. Yes, and I am a dork. Your love dork. What else do we got? We got the Slankards joining us in. They're here and cozy. We know they're probably sitting on the couch together with their little iPad, snuggling, loving. Thanks for joining us. What else do we got? Hey, we got Steven joining us. Steven, we're good to have you. We're glad to have you. We love having you. Love it. What else do we got here? Oh, we got Nancy joining us. Hey, Nancy and Dad, love you for joining. What else do we got? We got lots of comments here, but I want to get some new comments in, and I kind of want to move the topic along, and we'll catch up on the other comments that are in here. Don't fret. I will get to them. We'll bring them back up. But we might also get the first thing off of our chest here, and that's if you love football. And I'm going to cover it briefly because it does have a tie to the great Christmas Light Fight, and I'll tell you how. First of all, before I do that, first of all, who watched it? Did you watch it? What did you think? If you heard me in my introduction, I lovingly said it was the Super Boar instead of the Super Bowl because it wasn't too exciting. Second half had some highlights, but just wasn't as exciting as Super Bowl 59 was. And then second, if you did watch it or if you went on YouTube later, what was your favorite commercial? What was your favorite commercial? I'll start it off. And I didn't have any that were super favorite, but which ones did I love? I thought one that was pretty cool was Grubhub. A couple of reasons. It had Matthew McConaughey, and then it had Philly native Bradley Cooper sporting his Philadelphia Eagles gear. And it was talking about how food really ties into the Super Bowl. And it had a lot of cool references, and I thought it was fun. Another cool one, if you didn't remember, and it ties to Philadelphia, is if you saw the Budweiser commercial where the Clydesdale is running as a small pony, and then it grows up, and at the end, and it has the bird. It's protecting the bird. Well, the bird turns out to be an eagle, and you see the eagle when it's a baby being protected by the Clydesdale, and then as the Clydesdale's older and learning to jump over things, you see the eagle, adult eagle, fly over the Clydesdale. And a fun fact here is, if I believe what I read on the internet, because everything's true on the internet, is supposedly that eagle is the same eagle that is used at the Philadelphia Eagles home games. Every time before the game, you see a handler let the eagle go when it flies around the stadium and flies back to the handler. Supposedly it's that eagle. So cool, fun fact. What was your favorite commercial? Which one did you love? So tie that in. Start getting those comments in. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Invite somebody to come join in. Why not? Love having a big group hug here. Speaking of hugs and love, I don't know if anybody know this. So you see my little decorations or Kim's decorations back here? X's and O's. Yes, it's a song. I forget the name of the artist, but many of you probably put this on your cards every year, or like I did down here. X's and O's. I was curious where that came from. So it was kind of interesting. Googled it, of course, and learned that the X came from the medieval times, believe it or not, when most people were not literate enough to write or fully write out their name, and they would sign a document with a cross, a Christian cross, and then they would kiss that as a sign of sincerity to show that, hey, I'm a person of my word, what I put on this document. So that's where the X comes from. The O, from what we can understand, doesn't come until later in time. A lot of times it's reference to Jewish immigrants when they came to the U.S. They didn't follow Christianity. So when they signed a document, they put a circle. So that's your O. And then some people say the O originated just because it's like a hug. And then they came together, frankly, in the era of advertising in the 1960s is when people start putting X's and O's together to show their love in an abbreviated form. So anyway, thought that was cool. What do you think? All right. Speaking of what I was talking about before, the Super Bowl, let's get back to it because I want to tie this into Light Fight. And once I show this, you might remember it if you're a fan of Light Fight. If not, this is really exciting. And it's really exciting if you happen to be a Seahawks and or a Patriots fan. And here's why. So in season 3, episode 5, 2015, the first year that Tanya and Carter came on as the new judges, there was an episode where people loved a lot of things. The first one was the Hogue family out of Strongsville, Ohio. And if you watch that episode, he loved his precision Christmas, where everything was level, straight, neat, immaculate. It's a great display. And then on that same episode was Mr. Sam Finney, who won the coveted Light Fight trophy. He lived in Crossett, Arkansas. And Sam talked a lot about how he loved his wife, who he unfortunately lost from cancer. So that was a very heartfelt segment. Then there was the Nelson family out of California. And he had a light show where he wore a jacket with pixels on it. And he played Trans-Siberian Orchestra's Christmas Eve Sarajevo. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But he loved, and if you go back and watch that episode, how the song tied back to the emotion. And he actually cried when he showed his light show to Tanya. But then there was the fourth family. And that fourth family loved football, NFL football, and specifically the Seattle Seahawks football team, or as I call them, since we had to root for the NFC, since our team wasn't in, the West Coast Eagles. Yeah, your Seattle Seahawks. Congrats, by the way, if you're a Seahawks fan. And they loved the Seattle football team and the NFL. So interesting thing before I show you a video clip is this is before Light Fight really got into copyright restrictions. So I talk about this on my step-by-step episode. Go back and watch it on my channel. It tells you everything about applying for Light Fight, getting on Light Fight, filming for Light Fight, waiting to watch your episode on Light Fight, etc. And it talks about copyright. So back in the day, there's a couple interesting copyright things in this specific episode. The first one is back to the TSO song, the Nelson family out of Elk Grove, California. He played Trans-Siberian Orchestra's Christmas Eve Sarajevo, like I said. Today and on, you can't do that. You have to find something that's either approved or universal or your own song. So that was interesting. But when it comes to the Mish family, who is a fan of the Seattle Seahawks, they garbed and decked out their wardrobe had Seattle Seahawks. You see NFL logos. You see the Lombardi Trophy. They say the word Super Bowl without getting fined. And yes, it was included in the episode. So before we get back to love, even though I talked about how all these people that were in this episode loved what they did for their display and for Light Fight and shared with you on TV, is the Mish family and how they loved the Seattle Seahawks. And check this out, because not only do they love the Seattle Seahawks, it ties into Patriots, and how ironic the Patriots and Seahawks were on Light Fight back in 2015, just like they are now. Get your comments in, hit like, hit subscribe, invite somebody to come watch the channel or come watch it later with them, and get in the mood for love. But check this out. It's about 2 minutes. This is where the Super Bowl ties into the great Christmas Light Fight. See you back in less than 2 minutes.
I'm Alice.
I'm Steve.
And I'm Anthony, and we're gonna win the Super Bowl of
Christmas lights!
Light Fight! I need you to go to the Japanese maple. Mom, I need you to go to the rhododendron.
Oh, and she fumbled it.
I think we have what it takes to win the $50,000. I mean, I'm going to have a 35-foot Seahawk on top of my house. I mean, what more can you ask for? A little bit more. And if Tanya's not a Seahawk fan, hopefully by the end of that, we're going to make her one. Seahawk! Seahawk! Seahawk!
I notice you have the Hawk House, and you've got the Seahawk colors going on, so I take it we're football fans?
Yeah, we're big Seahawk fans.
Well, I don't want to tell you where I'm from, because I have a feeling I wouldn't be very welcome here
No,
today.
we welcome everybody. It's okay.
Just for you, I left my Brady shirt at home. It's all about good sportsmanship. Seahawks, Patriots, you name it. I don't care what team it is. It's all about the Christmas spirit.
Light Fight on three.
One, two, three.
Light Fight!
Who's ready for some football? All right, Keegan, you ready? Woo! Yes! That's my dad! Oh,
Huh? Pretty cool, huh? They wouldn't get away with that today. It'd be interesting how they would put that display on under the copyright restrictions on the current format of Great Christmas Light Fight. But what do you think? Did you know that? Put it in the comments. Do you remember that episode? What do you like about it? Obviously, it was another example of a light show. It was a small property. That's another thing that's sometimes a myth about being on the show is the size of the property. And do you think they should have won the Super Bowl of Christmas lights, the Great Christmas Light Fight? I like that Sam Finney pulled it out, but hey, maybe that's your thing. That's your thing. Let's check in on the comments, see what we're getting in. And I'm loving this. I'm loving this. And it's not because it's like a Big Mac or anything. It's better than a Big Mac. Who do we got here? Brad Lunar from Ohio's here for the love. Yes, he is. Yes. Great Christmas Light Fight champion from last year. Welcome. Love that you're joining me. By the way, he says that was an illegal forward pass by Tanya. Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Were there a lot of penalties in the game? I sure know that the Patriots quarterback was laying on the ground a lot. That's for sure. Jordan Maywald. I'm trying to figure out what that logo is. I think it's a high five. I don't know what that is. Welcome for joining, buddy. What else do we got? Candace is also watching. So see, Light Fight brings love together. So got Candace and Brad, the Lunar family, loving watching the show, eating together. Enjoy your dinner because I didn't have any yet. I'd love to have some food soon. Patrick Mock is joining us while feeding the cattle because he loves his animals. And we're glad you're doing that. But Patrick, you might want to sit down a little later because there just might be a love feature about you on my episode, this episode. So you might want to sit down for it. What else do we got? I'm jumping around here because I'm trying to include everybody. Got Colin Fitzgerald joining us again. Hawk House was remembers that episode well. Yeah, it's out there. Season 3. By the way, season 3, another fun fact. That was the same year that my son's baseball coach, the Drellick family, was on the Great Christmas Light Fight in Harleysville, Pennsylvania, or as they portrayed it on their Philadelphia, PA, because it starts out with the Rocky statue and they show the Philly skyline. And the interesting thing there, besides myself and my daughter being in the background at a filming, is I had a Philly shirt on with the big P. A lot of people in the crowd had on logoed stuff. We were yelling, spelling out the Eagles and all that stuff. I don't know if that part made it in, but again, it goes back to the copyright thing. So we got, who else we got joining us here? Got Nick joining us. Even colder. Nick, I heard the airfield temperature on Saturday up there was like minus 40 or something is what it felt like in the Pocono Mountain area. So thanks for joining. Thanks for coming warm. And I would bet your yard is still filled with Christmas decorations. That won't be down for a while, although we're getting into the 40s. We're getting into the 40s later this week. What do we got? We got Robert and Lori. They talked a lot about that episode and how they got used to the logo and they were stick of all us. Thanks for explaining. I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Maybe I missed it. So I got to explain again, because I'm trying to do 5 things at once, which I love doing, All right. What else do we got? Monty, I'm not known as the librarian for nothing. Hey, there's a reason this book exists along with lots of spreadsheets and databases. So they're in there. The facts are in there. And I love doing that. Jordan, Troy at the North Pole Village wants to know if you're sending love to your choir boys that you gave away. You're probably wishing you still had them back. I know you gave them to somebody else who's going to love displaying them as well. And Nick says, yes, his stuff is frozen in the ground and it's not coming out for a long time. So what else do we got here? Get your comments in. I know I skip around, jump around, but I want to keep the episode moving. Nobody commented on what commercial they loved. I don't think I saw that. So if you still want to talk Super Bowl before we move on more to Light Fight, we can address it later. You know, I am your Cupid right here, my self-portrait from the little video. And I do want to talk love. So in case you missed the intro, by the way, and so I can refill my cup with some water, watch this for 40 seconds and I'll be right back.
Cupid, roll back your
Yeah, my heart's beating there. All that love for all y'all. Yeah. Fun, right? I love doing that stuff. All right. Let's get back to the episode here. And let's talk about Light Fight and where love fits in as far as episodes go. So, you know, we all celebrate Valentine's Day, or at least most of us do. Maybe you're going out on a date for Valentine's Day. Maybe you're staying home and you're going to cook for your spouse, give them some chocolates, have some wine, watch some romantic movies. Let me know what your favorite romantic movie is. Put it in the comments. Somebody might want to know. But maybe you're going to watch Light Fight because it pertains to love. And there's no better example with love and Light Fight than going back to season 3 again. I don't know why. You know, we had the Super Bowl first, but season 3, there is a great episode about love. And there's a lot of fun facts that come out of that. So we're going to Ocala, Florida. I don't know exactly where that is in Florida. If you're here joining from Florida, where is that? Is it on the West Coast, middle? I don't know. I didn't even look. But we're going to Ocala, Florida, and we're going to the Atkins family house, Michael and Rose. And their whole episode, which I obviously can't show on here, but it's all about love. And Carter got to feel the love at their display back in 2015. So season 3, episode 1. Does anybody recognize the name? You might not, but I bet you recognize the display, and I bet you love the display. And I think I'll play you the video of it. And then I come back because I got a lot of fun facts that tie back just from one episode that maybe you didn't know or didn't think of. And that's what I'm all about here at the Librarian. I'm your great Christmas Light Fight resource. And anything else related to Christmas, hit like, hit subscribe, go back and watch some of my old videos. We're coming almost up to a year on the channel, believe it or not. This Memorial Day weekend will be 1 year. There's a lot of videos out there, and there's a lot of information, not just about Light Fight. But let's visit the Atkins family, my first family of 3 I'm going to share tonight, who embodied love on their episode of Light Fight. Check out this, and it's 1:35. Don't go anywhere. Watch it because I think you're going to love it. You're going to love it. Check it out.
Hi, I'm Michael.
And I'm Rose.
And we're the Atkins family.
We've been together for 23 years.
The key to our marriage is love, which in turn, the center of our display is love.
To see here. The Atkins use of lights, fantastic. They have these segmented areas with different colored lights, pathways to ponds, to trees. It was these nice little moments throughout their yard.
This is my heart.
Yeah.
You've got my heart on a platter here tonight.
Oh,
and
that's
I
great.
love it.
And you love all of it. That's great. The Atkins family created a whimsical Victorian display that was super unique. I love the fact that they restore vintage pieces, and it's obvious that the Atkins have put so much love into their display.
Did it make you want to reach out to somebody and say, be mine, after watching the Atkins family display? It's all about love. And as you know, all we need is love. There's all kinds of songs about love, you know? Can't Help Falling in Love, Unchained Melody, Oh, My Love, My Darling, Mr. Lover, Lover, Mr. Boombastic. Well, maybe not. Anyway, what did you think? Did you remember that display, the Atkins display? I do. Now, the unfortunate thing is they no longer do it. My understanding that aired in 2015, and in 2016, Rose, the spouse, was in a car accident, is what I learned, and they stopped doing display, and they haven't done it since. So she's okay, my understanding is, but they don't do the display anymore for whatever reason. But I don't know. What do you think? Did you love it? I loved it. But here's some other fun facts just out of that, not only that season or that episode, but the interesting thing is Ocala, Florida, if that's how you say it. This is the first time on Light Fight when in one season and within an episode of each other, there were two contenders from the same season, two, not three, two from Ocala, Florida. So we had the Atkins family that was on episode 1. And then on episode 2, there was the Hunt family. That was Laura. And I don't have a video of it, but Laura was an African-American woman who was 71 at the time and did her display all by herself. And Jesus was the reason for the season. She had a big Jesus sign up on the front. And her poor husband, all he does is carry out the arches and the totes, and he sits in a chair and watches her because she won't let anybody do her lights because she loves doing her lights and she's afraid somebody will mess them up. So they were both from Ocala, Florida. Another fun fact is that Hunt family was up against the Drellick family, which I told you my daughter and I went to for filming that same year with Tanya's inaugural year. Now, tying that back, why do I bring it up more for some more fun facts? Since COVID happened, that regionalized Light Fight for a couple of years so that they could do it, you would have some of the same states and or cities. But one of the interesting facts I found is Livermore, California. Why do I bring up Livermore, California? Well, we had the Hunt family that I mentioned and the Drellick family on the same episode, the one where I went to. They lost to the Phipp family, Matt Phipps, where many of you, if you do Pixels today, are familiar with Matt Phipps. He does a lot of the X-Lights Around the World programming. He does some work for Tom Betgeorge. He does some other things. And he won the Light Fight trophy. But what's even more interesting is there have actually been 3 families out of Livermore, California. And Livermore, California is the only place where you have more than one winner of the Light Fight trophy. So in season 12, Deacon Dave Resendez, the House of Love, actually a priest or a pastor, his display won the Light Fight trophy with Tanya as the judge. And then last year in season 13, we had the Paul family from Livermore. They broke the streak. They didn't win, but they put on a great show. They were the ones who made everything out of chicken wire and had different themes on each side of the show. So I think that was fun. Now, you might be interested, though, when you throw in COVID and so forth. Fun fact here, Phoenix, Arizona is the city and state where you've had the most families on Light Fight from the same city. Not necessarily the winners or the most overall contenders, but the most people from that city within a state. It's Phoenix, and there were 6. So I thought that was fun. And I don't know. What do you think? Is that fun facts? I'm trying to remember here if I have any other fun facts. Because I do take notes. I remember most of this stuff. But let's check on the comments. Let's see what people were thinking. Let me get a sip of my freshly refilled water because I'm out of coffee. By the way, love that you're all still joining me and hanging in. We got lots of comments. One day I'll stroll the comments on. But what do we got here? Have they ever had the same city on the same season? We had 2 in Phoenix. Yes, that's what I just covered. See, you were thinking the same thing, Bill. And you're from Phoenix. You're one of the 6 that have been on there. But again, only Livermore has had 2 winners. 2 winners. That's interesting. What do we got here? Joseph Gonzalez. Thank you for joining in, Joe. I know you're loving your Blow Mold Choir and love that you're joining the show again. Another display that reminds him of love is the one with the opera singers. Yes, and I did not put that one on here today, but you're talking about the I'm drawing a blank on their name right now. They're out of Texas, and they had the opera singers come in, which was a little annoying, but it had she had heart disease, and they themed their display around love. So that's an awesome one. Thank you for sharing that, because I was trying to figure out how to do this show because I could show more than 3 about love, and that definitely is one. The Cornetti Jules family, that's what it is. See, I didn't even have to go look at my notes. I remember that. Yes. See, we're getting people to think here. We're getting people to think of the fun facts. What else do we got here? Yeah, they based their display on love for each other. They sure did. They sure did. All right. Troy at the North Pole Village. Since Jordan and Patrick have awesome slaves, do they spend special time together? I like where you're going, Troy. See, you're now becoming part of the family. And we love our family. Why do I say that? Because if you've watched all these episodes, especially my friends from Texas and Oklahoma, where I've spent some time in multiple places at their displays and at events, we poke fun at each other. So I love it. I love it. What do we got here? And I saw Devin was joining. He had some trouble. I'm not sure why. Watching on YouTube. Glad you're here. Glad you're here, Devin. Oh, this is a perfect segue. Got Matthew Eccles watching again. And he's right. We get to celebrate Valentine's Day on the Mini at Sea. Yes, the Mini at Sea, which I talked about. And if you don't know what it is, starts this Thursday. We fly like an eagle to Los Angeles. We get on a cruise ship and we go for 5 days to Cabo San Lucas. And we are spending Valentine's Day on a ship. So it's going to be very romantic. Water. It's going to be a nice dinner, cocktails, everything else. So I hope you're still watching, Matthew. I actually put a video together for that. To Mini at Sea. I want to play 2 videos related to the Mini at Sea. And then it's a perfect time, and we'll get back to the comments in a second. Get your comments in, hit like, hit subscribe. This is why you should go on the Mini at Sea. The first one is it's all about love. It's all about love. What's more fun than not only being on a cruise and a vacation, but doing it over Valentine's Day? So check out this 42-second video. Tell me if you love it.
Come with me, my love, to the sea of love. I wanna tell you, oh, how much I love you.
Got to have flowers, got to have chocolates, got to have the sounds of the ocean in the background on the Mini at Sea. And I'm looking forward to the Mini at Sea, not only spending it with my lovely Kim, the Light Fight Librarian's strongest supporter. We're going to get to spend it with a lot of friends, some from Light Fight, some from vendors, some that we met last year when we were on the Mini at Sea to Alaska, which was over 4th of July. So I'm hoping to put a great episode together, but I want to go over events real quick. This might as well be until we get into our next Light Fight Love segment. Events are coming up. And which ones are we going to and which ones aren't, and which ones are we still not sure about? Well, let me pop up the calendar and share that with you. So I shared this before. If you did not know, Magical Light Shows, which is Tom Betgeorge, the guy for all these synchronized light shows that's taken over the YouTube internet, if you will, for viral videos, just held their conference in Orlando. I know a few folks were there that are going to be at some of the other minis, including instructors. So that happened. We got the Mini at Sea. I just told you we are going on that. We're going on the Mini at Sea. And then after that is the Florida Mega Mini, and Trans World. So it's not 100% certain, but it's about 95% certain we may not be making the Florida Mega Mini. Kind of was waiting too long because of some backside things going on with work and things of that nature. And now that I'm ready to make a commitment, the hotel with the group rate was basically sold out. So now I'm stuck with a pretty expensive rate. But that's really not it, because I can use some points to cover that. It's airfare. I don't know if it's something out of Philadelphia. I really think it's because it's spring break for many places. I know when we lived in Oklahoma City, March, everybody was going to South Padre Island and Florida and Gulf Shores and California and all that stuff. So it's kind of a tough, and it's on the weekend. It's not in the middle of the week. So that's out. Then you got to rent a car. Then there's food. Then the registration fee. So I'm still looking at airfare. I haven't 100% canceled up, but it's about 95. And it really disappoints me because it's an absolute great event. So are you going to the Florida Mega Mini? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. And don't count me out yet. Still trying to find a way. Unless somebody wants to pay my fees. I love that. And I'm only joking, although I wish I had sponsors that could do that. All right, let's go back to the calendar. We got Trans World, and I did mention I was pretty vocal about this. We go on the Trans World 2 years in a row in St. Louis, the show for Halloween and Christmas. It's huge. You absolutely have to go. You're going to see a lot of vendors, past light fighters, other enthusiasts, and there's just some cool stuff there. We're going to pass this year. I do know Jordan Maywald will be there with his booth, Holiday Light Creations. Check them out. A bunch of the other vendors will be there. You should go. You should go do it. Maybe we'll put it back in the rotation the following year. That being said, I'm jumping ahead a little bit to the right side, the top one, the East Coast Christmas Show. So definitely will be at that. That's in Oaks, PA, but they tag it as Philadelphia. It's 20 minutes from my house. Went last year to the inaugural event. It's great for Halloween. It's great for Christmas. It's great for networking. You should go. You should go. You should do that. And then we have, we start looking into May, June, July. We are starting to see posts. If you follow them on the group, I know the SoCal Mini posted the opening of their website to start driving traffic. I think I saw the Pacific Northwest post something. I saw the Frozen Mini start opening up information. Ohio Lighting Enthusiasts, that's one I'm planning on meeting unless something comes up. And there's a lot of things going on that you should check out and definitely should do. So which ones are you going to? Get in the comments. We'll check in a minute. But, I played this video before. We'll go right to the comments. But here's why you should go to specifically consider the Mini at Sea. You probably can't get on this one, obviously. Or if you're on my show watching and you're going, I know like Carl from Christmas on Crestline Visitations, he's going. But there is one in 2027. And here's frankly why you should go. And I think it sums up minis in general, not necessarily minis at seas, as to why you should consider a Mini. But this is the Mini at Sea. Watch us. I'll be back in 40 seconds. Yeah, so go to miniatsea.org, learn more. I'm hoping if I get internet, because the internet packages are expensive, they don't always work. I'm hoping to do a live stream this year. I did not do it last year, but I put a great Mini at Sea episode. If you want to go learn more, go to my channel, look up the playlist, Librarian episodes, and look for the, what did I call that episode? You'll find it in there. It wasn't Mini at Sea. I called it the ocean episode or something. Go check it out. Go check it out. All right, let's check on comments, and then we'll get to our next segment about light, fight, and love. Let's see what we got here. All right. And I apologize because these comments always jump around. But Charlie, thank you. Love the convention calendar. Yeah, I only took that out till June. I was missing the North Texas one in the last one, but I'll put that when I do an update for July on because there's more minis all the way in July, August, all the way up till fall. And I'll keep bringing this up on the episodes just to remind people, sign up. If there's one near you, get one. If not, start one. Start your own Mini. Go watch my Earl episode, ERLE episode. It's out there. It's funny. I tie it into, the Dixie Chick song, Who's Earl? And I talk about that was their inaugural Mini. And they're doing one again at a different time of year. But you can always start your own Mini. Devin is not going to make it to Philly this year, but hopefully next. I hope you good luck on a project you're working on for your display. If I can help out with that, I really will try. Yes, I know Bill from season 13 is going because his sister happens to live in Florida, so he can tie it on. Yeah, dude, make a trip of it. Don't just go to the Mini. Go spend time. Go to Disney World. It's more closer to Plant City's closer to Tampa, but there's a lot to do in Florida to make it a trip besides visiting family. But yeah, airfare. I'm not lying. Airfare in general was coming up for two of us close to $2,000 no matter what it is. I think it's because I waited too long, plus it's spring break. What do we got here? Yep, Carl from the house on Hollybrook is going to be on the Mini at Sea, who happened to win the Matos prizes from Charlie's FFA Awards, Fan Appreciation Awards contest. So thanks, Charlie, for hosting that. And then thanks to J.R. Matos, who was a huge sponsor and will be on the Mini at Sea. And his mother, Karen Matos, from Cruise Planners, is a travel agent that can help you, and she gets great deals and prices, and it's so fun to work with. It's so fun. Monty's considering East Coast and planning on driving to Ohio again. You should make it. You can come hang out at my house. Take a picture with the trophy. Although you got to do that in Ohio. What do we got here? JR needs to buy that promo video. Charlie, I actually made that promo video for JR a while back. If you go back and watch his Professional Channels, Professional Triers podcast, which he hasn't done in a while since he got busy for Thanksgiving on. Hopefully he'll bring it back, and we'll have 4 YouTubers that do Christmas all year long. I made that video for him because he asked me to, and all the footage is from the cruise. So very cool. Very cool. Oh, Devin's got final blueprints. He's working on a project, a big one. I don't know if he wants to share what it is, but he shared with me what it is and is hoping maybe I can find time to come up to Massachusetts and help. It's big. It's really big. What do we got here? Oh, Bill's going to SeaWorld. Got it. Let me scroll up and get to some of the other comments because I know I skipped some. There's a bunch in here. Let me see who I missed. Don't mind me looking to the right here. Yeah, Matthew loves spending time with fellow lighting enthusiasts, sharing ideas, help each other. Hey, I shared it before. I'm getting my first pixels that I'll be bringing home. Yes, me, a traditional hybrid guy. I'm bringing home some pixels, but they're not the ones you think of. And they might have to replace this hat, or at least when I do a follow-up episode. Stay tuned. You'll see. What do we got here? Who did I miss? I think I got most of the people up there. Get your comments in, hit like, subscribe, and let's move on and do some more love. So we featured the Atkins family as my first example of love and light and fight, or light, fight, and love. I'm going to bring my second family in, and I mentioned it briefly before, Mr. Patrick Mock and Natasha Mock from season 12. Yes, season 12, episode 5, I believe it was. Let me double check that. Yeah, episode 5, 2024. And they were up against the Wright family from California, I think Oakland, who won the trophy. And they were up against the McGregor family, which was from Phoenix, Arizona, Miracle on 34th Street, who has, by the way, moved his display. Still in Arizona. I think he might still be in Phoenix, but maybe moved to a different city. Yeah, he was on Light Fight that same episode against Patrick. And then there was the Arts family out of Greeley, Colorado. So another fun fact, like I talked about with the first family, is the Arts family is not the first family from Greeley, Colorado. There's actually been 2 families from Greeley, Colorado. So if you go back in time, season 6, episode 6, 2018, there was the Medhurst family, AKA they used to be known as the Greeley Griswolds, and they were on Light Fight. They've since moved too. So I don't know if it's a trend of people moving after they're on Light Fight. But I want to talk about the Mock family because, you thought the Atkins family display was about love. Well, the Mock family, Natasha and Patrick Mock, their whole Light Fight episode is love. And that's because they met because of Christmas lights. They first date was Christmas lights, with the Light Fight being the viewing of it. If you don't remember their episode, they got married at a Christmas theme. And then the year their episode aired, a Santa crashed their wedding and they never found him. And there was a big social media thing trying to find the Santa and Mrs. Claus that went to and crashed their wedding, and they found them. And they're still spending that together. So I love this episode. I love this family. We got to go see it this year when we did our OK Texas Xmas. Go back and watch that episode again. If you didn't see it, go watch some of the videos. It's a fun episode. You got to go not only watch my recap video, you got to go to the lives where I was in the yard of the Maywalds, the Mocks, the Brown family from Candyland Christmas, the Slankard family in their yards. And then we went to the Uzaki family, who's in New Jersey, from their yard. It's fun. Go check it out. But you got to love the Mocks. Let's watch their video. Get your comments in on what you think. Do they win an award for love? I think the award for love is love, but I do want to play it. And the Mock family, my second example of light, fight, and love.
And we have a Texas-sized display. Yeah!
Our journey began from online dating. I hearted Patrick's Christmas picture, and instantly he was like, "So, you like Christmas?"
And it worked.
It worked. I was sold. We're so into Christmas that we actually had a Christmas-themed wedding.
We had live reindeer for our wedding, Christmas decorations, centerpieces. It was all Christmas.
I think this is my favorite episode. Our first date, we actually had a great Christmas light fight marathon, and just to see it come full circle and us being on it together is so special.
There's arches all over this place, but here's where it really starts, right?
Yes, this arch is pretty special to us. So this is where we got engaged. And I proposed to her under this arch. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
I did a full
that is amazing.
Yeah, so we always have it as our first piece that you walk into.
This is awesome. Who likes Christmas more?
Oh, that's a
hard one.
toss-up. Yeah, that's a toss-up.
Because I think I met my match.
Yeah, that's right. I think so too.
Patrick and Natasha, I'm hearting you too. What a lovely episode. So, hey, yeah. Couple fun facts. I got to go under that arch, and I saw where they got engaged. Another fun fact is they're not the only one that's gotten engaged at the display. Several have gotten engaged at display. I think Patrick had 2 or 3 couples just this year get engaged at their light display. And I know that's happened at some other light fight displays as well. So what do you think? Did you love it? I did. And I think it's a great example of, light, fight, and love. Patrick, I don't know if you're still out feeding your cows, but we'd love to hear what you thought. What did you thought? We look at some of the comments. Got a couple coming in. And yeah, he hit on another fun fact. So Charlie is right. If you couldn't see it on the screen because you're watching it on a phone, Patrick and Natasha, for their first date together watching Life, they were watching Evelyn Quintera's episode, The Peaceful Meadow, which would be a great scenery to all those flowers, all that love. Yeah. And great call on that, right? Oh, sorry. I hit the, Charlie says, great call on the mocks. And Patrick agrees. He loved it. Thank you for listening, Patrick. See that? Like I said, there are multiple families. I had a list of just from different ways I was going to spin it about love. And I said, for the sake of the episode, got to narrow it down to 3. So, all right. I'm going to keep things moving along because I know it's a Monday night and, trying to recover from that Super Bowl and all those facts I threw at you about the Super Bowl and light fight and an episode about love. How did he do that? How did the librarian do that? Yes. All right. Back to songs about love, What's your favorite song about love? Could it be, "And I will always love you"? Whitney Houston. Yeah, I can't do it. Yeah. "My Endless Love." Lionel Richie. Yeah, maybe that. "Got me crazy right now. Got me crazy right now. Crazy in love." Beyonce. Maybe. Baby love, need your love. Hey, the Supremes. Stick it old, going to the chapel and we're going to get married. Tell me, what's your favorite song about love? There's lots of them that don't necessarily have love in the title, but hey, fun facts. All right. Before I lose people, let's get to the third family on our light, fight, and love episode. And this one's near and dear to my heart. And that's because it's a season 11 family. Not only is it a season 11 family, it's an episode 6 family from 2023. And it just happens to be my family. Yes. Why not? Why can't I talk about everybody else sometime? Why not talk about me, right? Not a song about love, but the great late Toby Keith. I want to talk about you. I want to talk about me. We're going to talk a little bit about me. So and not necessarily me, it's my family. And I love my light fight episode, as everybody knows. I love light fight. I love my light fight friends, my light fight community, my lighting community, my friends who, like Charlie, who helped me with the YouTube channel. And I want to play the third and final quick clip. It's the shortest of the 3 clips, and it shows our love for each other in our episode, which maybe you didn't catch the nuances, but just see how we love each other, Kim and I, and Joe and Elise, my children. And Lori likes my singing. Let me go back to that real quick. Great singing. Yep, not. I used to sing in the shower sometime. Figaro, 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 Figaro. Not a love song. Anyway, check this out, and I'll be right back. This is the Michael family, Great Christmas Light Fight champions, and your librarian, your Great Christmas Light Fight resource. Hit like, hit subscribe. His better half, the Kimberly Michael, and here's our light fight and love snippet. We're the Michael family, and welcome to our Christmas collection.
How long have you two been married?
25.
Yeah, so it started right away.
Right away.
It gives me so much joy just to see other people so happy. And he does that. He brings light in everybody's eyes.
It's just like the light you bring in my eyes, honey.
Oh, honey. So happy he's getting rewarded for it.
You reward me.
I loved every single second.
Thank you for coming to Hatfield, PA.
Thanks for having me. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank you, Tanya.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
You did good, Dad.
You guys inspired me. Love you. I love you. Love you, Kim. Love you, Joe. Love you, Elise. And I hope you loved our segment and that you're watching again on Disney Plus, because it's about the only place it is right now. Yeah, like, fight, and love. Let's check in on some of the final comments, and we'll get this thing wrapped up here. Let's see what people had. Maybe we had some favorite songs or Super Bowl commercials or some other examples of families where I could have talked about their love and light fight. Charlie thinks my singing is awesome too. Kim doesn't think it's awesome. She says, stick to being a librarian. Here we go. The Slankards recorded Lost in My Eyes for the Wedding. That's right. Fun fact, Lori is a singer, which I've never got to hear or see you sing. Debbie Gibson, Buddy Holly. Yep. What else do we got? Monty loved it. Devin thought it was very nice. Lots of love on the screen, according to Charlie. What else do we got? Devin, perfect. Thinking out loud. The Valley. I'm thinking of Ed Sheeran. That was one of the ones that I saw on there. What else do we got? Amaze from Lone Star. Yeah, that was real popular. Yep. What else do we got? All right. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, Charlie. That's what I would love too. And Monty loves it. So, folks, if you were a Grinch, hopefully this episode of Light, Fight, and Love made your heart grow 1, 2, 3 times bigger. If not, maybe on Valentine's Day this Saturday, you can revive the love. You can certainly start loving today by hitting like, hitting subscribe, rewatching the episode, and stay tuned. Like I said, I'm hoping that the next episode will be live from the Mini at Sea, and if it is, we'll have J.R. Matos there. Maybe I can get him on. We'll have Matthew Echoes, who can talk about the classes and some of the Mini at Sea. Kim will be there. There'll be other families. If it doesn't happen, I'll definitely do a follow-up episode. I hope all of you enjoy your Valentine's weekend when it's come up. It's on the weekend, so you'll be able to do something. You don't have to worry about going to work the next day. Well, except for Charlie. He got caught in on the Super Bowl. And I had a great time tonight. I loved it. And I think I played all my videos. So we're caught up there. And we're going to move this out. This is one of my shorter episodes. We're just over an hour. We've been going about 2 hours lately. But speaking of love, my love is upstairs, the Kimberly Michael. And I would love to get up there with her. And thank you for tuning in tonight. Have a great week. Stay warm. Get the rest of those lights down. And I'd love to see you on the next episode of The Librarian. Have a good night, folks.